So for this video, guys, we're going to be looking at quarter strike as a base play, something you've seen in the community before because of its ability to have some really nice route combinations that puts a demand on the defense, and we're going to utilize it in the same type of ability to do so, but in just a little bit different of a manner. What I like to do with this play, I like to take the Y and I like to put him on a fade, take this A route, block him, and move him to the left, okay? And what that's going to do, it's going to give you the ability to have man activation against cover 2 on the right side. Something that we're going to do, in some of our setups to kind of just get a high demand for them to have to adjust on when they don't want to. Anytime that you make them do something after snap, that helps you from a scheming standpoint and also helps you, get them to focus on something different. The reason why I also like to put this A on a motion is because I want to block any blitzes that are coming in my face. As you can see, we got a overload flood concept to the left, right? We're going to be throwing it to the left 95% of the time. If a blitz is coming at our face, we don't want to drift to the right and kind of throw off balance. We want to make sure that we have those covered. Now, if a blitz was coming from the right, we can always drift to the left and still make our throw and not have any issues. So that's why I like to protect my face first when it comes to which side I'm going to be throwing to and be able to kind of stay in there. Now, when this play is here, you can see that the cloud flat is going to be something that the running back is going to get under initially, and you're going to be able to throw it to him for 3 to 5 yards pretty much every time when it comes to cloud flats. Just go ahead and watch how the C route goes ahead and takes him up the field. Get yourself 3 to 5 yards. It's kind of one of those annoying plays. You can do it over and over again. Doesn't matter if it's cover 3 or cover 4 cloud flats, it's going to be able to get underneath that, right? So that's something we really like to use just to kind of make sure that they have to respect that and get them into hard flats, because this is definitely a better hard flat beater than it is a cloud flat beater. Now the X also does a good job of being able to beat cloud flats on his break, as you can see right here, because of the fact that we've got that Y on a fade route. That fade route is going to take that corner back in his zone, basically down the field, leaving the X open on the left-hand side. Now, I do like it because if you miss the RB, you can throw it to the X. Just make sure you get into practice mode because it is a timing throw that you want to make sure that you do. Now, if they adjust this to hard flats, you're going to see that it's going to be something they're going to take away the RB, and they're going to jump that really quickly. Now you're going to see that the X route is there, and you're going to have an easy catch just like you did against cloud flats. Now, if they habitually do hard flats, and you can see that they're hard flats, hard flats, hard flats, you could always smart route this X route, make him a shorter route, and allow yourself to make sure that you get the ball out of your hand a little bit quicker. Don't have to worry about that cornerback as much as he breaks down. You can see here, you're going to be able to throw that ball pretty easily and get yourself some easy yards. So if they're doing hard flats, no matter if it's cover 3 or cover 4, you're definitely going to have that opportunity to do so. Let's just check out cover 4 just to show, what it would be when they do that here. So let's do cloud flats first. You'll notice again that you're going to be able to hit the RB underneath, and then additionally you're going to be able to attack that receiver on the left. Now with cover 4, it's going to be a little bit tougher to throw to the X receiver because the Y does not get into his fourth of the field as quickly as he would to the third of the field. So typically you're going to see that the RB is still going to be that route, throw it to him, and catch your yards, right? Now, if it's cover 4 with the cloud flats, let's go ahead and get that all queued. Watch how the X route over here is going to be a little bit harder to throw to, only because of the fact that we're not driving him back as far because of that Y route. So here we go. RB's there. He's going to go here. And see how we were able to drive that one guy all the way back and we still throw it to him. So you don't want to wait too much on, waiting on that X route. You can always throw it to the RB if you see it that way. So I just want to make sure you see that. Now, if it is in hard flats, we'll show you here. It's a little bit better of an illustration what you're going to see. You'll notice that the X is going to be a little bit different than it was with the cover 3. So RB is now covered. You're waiting for the X. He's coming down here. And see how he made a little bit of a quicker break on it? It's only because we weren't able to drive him back. Now, that's where the smart routing of that X comes into play, where you're going to be able to go ahead and smart route him against hard flats just to make sure that you are giving yourself the best opportunity to beat your hard flats if that's what they're doing. So let's do that again here, hard flats with cover 4. And what you'll see here again is that RB there. Now, because of the smart route, you'll notice that he's going to have a little bit of a quicker break. It's going to get underneath that cover 4 much better than it would have if you didn't smart route him. So just keep in mind that if you're having some issues as far as the timing as of how deep that route is, try smart routing it, especially when it's around the 10-yard mark, in order to get his route a little bit smaller when it comes to beating hard flats. Let's go look at cover 2 now, and what you'll see here is that you got the man activation on the right-hand side. I don't have a good matchup here with Sanu, so it's not going to give you a good indication of what could happen on this play, because what I'm doing is it's a deep C route. You're going to want to have some good route running, as far as an advantage over your DB, which I don't have here, but at least I'll show it to you as far as what it's going to look like when it comes to cloud flat man activation. That guy's going to cover him. You're going to be able to go to the right-hand side. They're going to throw it on his break, and you should be able to beat him on the outside if you've got a good route runner, and then you throw it to him basically at the right time. You saw I threw it right on his break, which gave us the opportunity to kind of use that route on that cut to beat him. So, he was kind of blanketed here. You can see I was kind of blanketed, but you see on his cut is when I throw it. If you look at my throw here, I'm throwing it as soon as I'm anticipating the cut. You see that he had the lean, I threw it, and we're able to get that catch now. So you can use that as a nice opportunity if they don't change their zones. But for the most part, against cover 2, we're still going to use the same exact reads when it comes to the left side of the field. We're going to go to with the running back as the first option against cloud flats. You can see that that guy's going to get underneath, and you're going to get some easy yards that way. I like this against cover 2 because of that way. And then when they go to your hard flats, which typically is only going to be something that they're going to do in short yardage situations. Most people don't do cover 2 hard flats unless they're trying to bait you into throwing it to that RB in those type situations. You can see here that we're going to be able to see that the guy jumps him, and now we're waiting for the X, and you're going to be able to throw it to him on the sidelines. Again, with hard flats, you can always go ahead and smart route that X receiver just to make sure that that route's a little bit shorter. So maybe if you're thinking that they're doing hard flat possibility on a short yardage situation, you can say, you know what, if they're doing cloud flats, I'm going to throw it to the RB. If he's doing hard flats, I want that X to be a little bit shorter route. RB's there. Now you wait for that X, and you can see how that's going to be a nice, easy read for you. So no matter what they do, as long as you make the right read, it's going to be very tough for them to stop you. Typically speaking, because a user's not going to want to play the middle of the field and the outside sideline, so they're going to rely more on their zones to do so. So being able to have the RB and the X attack on the high-low on the sideline is going to be very beneficial for you, and you want to make sure that you add this right away. Left hash mark when you're running it stock, right hash mark when you're running it flipped.